Okay, welcome back. This is week 11. We are in lesson 3, our last lesson of this week. And today we're going to talk about the power of planning in chronic illness recovery. So we're kind of pulling everything together to create a healing plan that works for your body and not against it. So a sustainable plan is one that just gives you some structure, but also some room to breathe. We've talked about flexibility is really important in designing a healing plan that works for you. So think of this as kind of a roadmap for stability and not a rigid to-do list. Sustainable doesn't mean doing more. It means doing what matters most and doing it consistently and compassionately. So a good plan is a simple plan. It adapts to your energy and it supports your nervous system, not just your schedule. So that's what keeps healing going, even on the days that are a little bit harder. So let's just take a moment to pause and reflect on what tools, routines, or mindsets have helped you the most in managing symptoms or regulating your emotions. Um, what comes up for you? Maybe it's some somatic work or vagus nerve resetting or mindfulness. Maybe it's just resting when you feel a flare starting to happen. So whatever has helped you feel more like yourself, that's the foundation of your plan. Your healing can be built around a few key pillars, and these pillars consist of daily regulation practices like breath work or journaling, symptom pacing and planning around your energy level, listening to your body and using rest as an integral part of your rhythm, paying attention to nourishment and hydration of your body, and really setting emotional boundaries and connecting with others or places, environments, whatever that make you feel comfortable and supported. So you don't need to cover all of these aspects every single day, but just keep them in mind and kind of have them in your psychological toolkit to pull out whenever you need them. So if we are looking at a weekly plan, here is a simple one that you could practice that might include just one daily micro practice, kind of like a grounding exercises, maybe a check-in, a weekly symptom or energy tracking, which might be like a weekly journaling prompt or setting a SMART goal for the week, and then space for flare plans and rest rituals. And that means, just kind of as you are building this plan, recognizing that there might be times when you are experiencing a flare or a lot of fatigue that you'll need to realign what those goals look like for you. So this structure gives you just enough support without feeling overwhelming. So let's bring clarity to what you want to focus on over, say, the next 3 months. I would encourage you to choose 2 or 3 priorities. Maybe it's reducing fatigue, or maybe it is supporting your gut. Maybe it's continuing to build your emotional resilience. Whatever is your plan, your specific goals and your specific techniques should grow from these priorities. As you are continuing to integrate micro practices, just pick some small repeatable actions that support your body. So think maybe 2 minutes of stretching, tracking your symptoms with mood emojis or a calendar or whatever works for you. Taking some deep breaths, practicing some mindful eating, or even integrating these small micro movements and things you're already doing. When you're taking a shower, maybe is when you practice some gratefulness, or when you lay down to go to sleep is when you are really feeling into your body and practicing some stretching or massaging the vagus nerve for some resetting. These micro practices should be doable even on your flare days because they're really small strategies, right? Really easy things to do. That's why we want to practice them and make sure they're easily pulled out of our psychological toolkit, because they are what train your nervous system to just kind of stay steady, even on the days that are a little bit harder. So, speaking of flare plans, along with the micro techniques, a flare plan can also include rest cues, simplified meals, and emotional anchors like affirmations or just comforting things like a weighted blanket, soft music, a comforting space. Just knowing what helps you during the times when your symptoms are spiking removes that panic of, oh no, what do I do now? And helps to build trust with your body. So remember, even in these harder days, you are not regressing, you are adapting, and you are learning to listen to your body about what you need in these moments. So, weekly or bi weekly check ins help to keep your plan responsive. So checking in with yourself, once a week, once every 2 weeks, and asking what's working, what's not working, what am I doing really well at, what feels really hard and challenging, what feels really helpful. You don't have to wait for burnout to course correct. These small reflections lead to long-term results, right? So that's why the tracking and the reflection is really, really important, because if you see certain things are working great, then good, keep doing those things. If you are noticing certain things feel really challenging or more like a chore or taxing on my body, then okay, those are things that you probably need to readjust and realign to be more in tune with your personalized healing plan. Sources of support we've talked about is also really important. So as you are reflecting on this and creating this plan, keep in mind who or what helps you stay grounded. That could be a supportive friend, your therapist, maybe it's your journal, maybe it's prayer or belief in a higher power. Support does not have to be loud or public. It just needs to be consistent and nourishing to you. So let's put this all together. Now it is your turn. Use the healing plan template that you're going to find in this week's resources, or you can just do it in your journal or design something that truly supports you, whatever works. But include your daily practices and your weekly reflections and also your flare plan and your top priorities, right? This is all yours. You get to shape it, revise it, and grow with it. But I think that if you take the time to identify those things, right, some daily practices, those can include, of course, the micro techniques, and then even more intensive self-care routines, your weekly reflections. How did this work for me? What's working well? What's not? A good flare plan, times when real low energy or you're noticing a lot of symptoms. How do I take care of myself in these moments? And then kind of your top priorities moving forward. What do I want to work on? What is most important to me here? This builds a really great foundation of a sustainable healing plan. Okay, so let's close with this. This plan is yours and you get to choose it with care. You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to stay connected to yourself. You've already done something powerful just by showing up and building a life that honors your healing. So keep going. You're doing great. Take some time. Really work on this plan to make it kind of your playbook, right? Of you know where to go, you know what to do when you are feeling times of high energy or low energy, or you just need to attune to your body. I think another really powerful thing about having this healing plan is it takes that sense of uncertainty away, right? You know what to do, you know how to respond in these moments, and that is that certainty can be really empowering and really comforting, because as humans, we don't like uncertainty. If we don't know what's going to happen, we assume it's going to be bad, right? So having a healing plan in place that works for you is also just going to help calm your nervous system by reassuring you that, hey, we got this covered. We know what to do in these situations. So you're doing great. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this week's lessons, and I will look forward to seeing you in our very last week of this program, week 12. See you then. Bye.